Are you an entrepreneur struggling with constant fatigue and lack of motivation? Discover how porn addiction could be sabotaging your success and leading to burnout. But first of all, who am I? My name is Wesley, and my mission is to help young men, especially young entrepreneurs, with their porn addiction. These are my type of videos, and if you found that interesting, make sure you subscribe. Also, if your mental and physical health is a priority for you right now, you might want to check out the first link down in the description. This will bring you to my school page where I will personally make you free from your porn addiction by offering you one-to-one coaching with an accountability system, a personalized game plan with action steps, and much more. I only accept 9 clients. Are you going to be the one getting finally free? Now, let's dive right into the video. So first, what is a burnout? Making a burnout is when you have this feeling of overwhelming things. So you're feeling overwhelmed with a lot of things. You're feeling that you have this exhaustion, often accompanied by a feeling of reduced accomplishment. And why? This is all of the time due to the high demands and pressure associated with starting or running a business, for example. And the cause to that, one of the multiple causes, is work-life imbalances. A lot of the time when you have to start your business, you have to put in a lot of work at the start. And sometimes you will even work for maybe 12 hours, 13 hours in the same day. And working all these hours can bring you to burnout, because imagine you do this for a whole month. This means, let's pretend that you're sleeping 8 hours. So you're sleeping 8 hours, you're working 13 hours, that's already 21 hours. You only have 3 hours to eat, shower, and do other things in your day. And I don't forget that right now you may have this addiction that is porn, and this takes up a lot of the time. Maybe that in these 3 hours that I'm talking about, porn addiction may take 1 hour. So you only have 2 hours in your day to go shower and eat and do other things. And these imbalances can make you feel really overwhelmed and lead you to burnout. You may wonder how addiction contributes to your burnout, and I will explain it to you. I have a long list, but I only chose like the main points, the 2 main points. First of all, your porn addiction right now makes you decrease your work performance. As I already said, because you're fapping, this hijacks your brain into thinking that you already accomplished the biggest task that you have to do in life, and that's why you're having this big down, this big crash, because your brain now has to relax. He has to calm himself, and that's why you're having no energy at all. Making it every day, for example, in a week, this tells your brain that you already fucked 7 times in that week, and that makes you really, really low energy. And because of that, you have worse decision making, and this can lead to missed deadlines, reduced quality of work because you're less concentrated, you're less focused on accomplishing that work. So, and you have less time to accomplish it also because you have this addiction that takes a bunch of your time. Because of all that, you're making less good quality of work. You have less time to accomplish it, and because of that, sometimes you may have to fast forward your writing and things, and this leads to reduced quality of work. Sometimes it can also strain your relationship with colleagues and maybe even partners, family. This decline in productivity can contribute to a feeling of inadequacy and overall to a burnout. There's also perfectionism and pressure. Overcoming an addiction is really not easy. And the pressure to overcome porn addiction, for example, while managing other responsibilities, can be really overwhelming. And this feeling of overwhelm is a lot of the time leading to a self-imposed perfectionism and potentially even to a burnout. Because as I said, a burnout is a lot of the time caused by the fact that you're feeling overwhelmed. You have too much thing to do at the same time, and because of that, you will have this feeling. Now, you may have a burnout right now, but you don't even know it. I will list you the 3 top signs of burnout that I found, but I will give you an advice to go online and search for them because it's important. And as I will tell you later, the first step to recover from a burnout is to acknowledge and accept. And in order for you to acknowledge the fact that you are in a burnout right now, you have to first know what are the signs, the symptoms. So I will list you the 3 top that I found. The first of all, you have this loss of motivation. You don't have motivation for anything. You don't want to go outside and play with friends. You don't want to do anything, basically. You have this lack of interest in work or activities that were once enjoyable. Maybe you liked to go and watch this movie, and you liked, for example, to watch movies overall. And now, because you are in this burnout and you have this addiction, you no longer like to watch these movies. You no longer watch movie at all because you replace this activity with maybe your addiction. And anyway, right now you're a burnout, and because you're in this burnout, some activities that you like, you're kind of replacing them and not even doing them anymore. That's the first signs of burnout. The second sign is the emotional exhaustion. Feeling emotionally drained and overwhelmed and unable to cope. As I said before, you're feeling overwhelmed. So you have all these things that you have to do right now and you feel like you can't get through that. You feel like you have too much to do for what you can accomplish. And this overwhelming feeling can often lead to a burnout. Or emotionally drained, often feels unclear and more irritable than usual. You may start to experience also mood swings, bipolarity, or find yourself snapping at others. To prevent burnout, I will give you 2 big tips, and I will follow all that by giving you recovery tips so that I can close the subject and you have all the information you need to assess if you have this burnout or not and how to recover from that. The first prevention strategy that I want to give you is to do regular exercise. So go outside, do gym, for example, push-ups maybe every day, run outside, just walk, maybe do cycling every day. A type of activity that will make you push yourself to your limits is really great to prevent all that and will kind of push away the excess of energy you have. And this will engage yourself into regular physical activity, and it will reduce your stress, boost your mood, and improve your overall health. So it's like a win-win-win situation. So you just have good things that will come your way if you start to exercise every day. And to prevent your feeling of overwhelming, as I said before, you can break larger tasks into smaller steps. So for example, if you think about it right now, you have maybe these 3 big tasks that you have to do. And when you accomplish one big task, it's cool for yourself, but you don't have this feeling of really accomplishment. If you had broke this big task into maybe 10 steps, and each steps that you do, you can put a check mark on it. So it's 10 check marks instead of 1. For your brain, it's really more impactful if you had to check 10 steps as a feeling of accomplishment. It's greater if you have to check mark 10 bucks than check mark 1. That's like logic. So instead of accomplishing one big task, it will be less overwhelming for you if you break it down into 10 steps and maybe do 3 steps today and delegate your things. So 3 steps today, 3 steps Tuesday, 3 steps Wednesday. instead of trying to do it all in one day because it's a bigger task. Finally, I will suggest you steps to recover from a burnout. The first step would be to acknowledge and accept. As I said before, you have to go online and search to find out if you have this burnout. And if you have it, accept it. It's okay to have a burnout. A lot of people go through this. The important part is to accept it and get through it. Because if you keep on staying on this burnout, well, first of all, it's really not good for you. And you have the capabilities to go through it and get free from this. So why stay on it? Second step is that once you acknowledge and accept the fact that you have a burnout right now, you have to seek support. And seek support from professional. That's really important because trying to get free from this burnout alone is really hard. But when you seek support, you have this help from someone that either already went through it, or if it's a professional, someone that makes studies into it. They did studies and made research online or in books and everything to find a better way to get you free from this. So it's really important that you seek support from them. The third step is to reassess your priorities. Maybe right now you're focusing on the wrong things. Reassess your priorities is an important step. The fourth step would be to develop a self-care routine. As I said previously, going exercising outside, and don't forget to take care of yourself because you're really important. And taking care of yourself is a lot of the time neglected. Well, you're in an addiction or in a burnout, but it's something really important. The fifth step is to reconnect with your purpose. Don't forget the goal that you set to yourself. What are you trying to accomplish? Reminding yourself of this will kind of construct the way so you can follow it, and it will be easier for you to know what are the main tasks that I have to do right now and what are the secondary tasks that I don't need to do right now. The sixth steps would be to practice mindfulness and relaxation. Maybe do meditation every day. Journal in your journal if you have one. It's important to don't keep all the information in your head. Sometimes you have to kind of put it somewhere so your brain don't keeps on thinking about it. Because if you're trying to focus right now, and while focusing, you're thinking about something else. Your mind is distracted from something. You're not focused at 100%, so your quality of work will be reduced. But if you're journaling every day, your mind, when you're trying to do something, will be 100% focused on that thing, and your quality of work will be much higher. Also, why I said meditation, it's because this will relax yourself, make you way calmer, and when, for example, a decision-making opportunity arrives, you will be 100% focused because you journal every day, and also you'll be way calmer than the other person, and this will make you way more able to do and choose the right choice. The seventh step that will really prevent you from going back into a burnout is to simplify and delegate. The big tasks, as I said before, you can break it into much smaller tasks. This will simplify the task and everybody will understand it better. And to delegate, you don't have to do it all by yourself. If you're just starting out a business, maybe that you can try to ask help from your parents or sisters and brothers, and so that they help you create it and you don't have all of it on your shoulder. Maybe you have friends that can even help you with your business, for example, or your work. You're not alone in this, and it's important to sometimes ask for help. The eighth step is to create a balanced schedule. As I said before, sometimes when you're trying to create your business, you're down to put maybe 10, 12 hours into it. But this leads to imbalance in your schedule, and there is way more work than free time. or time to do other things. And this leads a lot of the time to burnout or depression and other bad emotions. So creating a balanced schedule will really help you. And try to don't work more than maybe 9 hours max in a day. Because more than that, if you keep on doing it, like maybe you can do a full week of more than 9 hours, but I'm more talking about in years. If you do 9 hours every day for a whole year, that's really like too much. So try to balance your schedule a little bit more. The 9th step is to incorporate creativity and play. If your work is kind of repetitive right now, you're always doing the same thing over and over again, try to be creative, add other things that you usually don't do, and change maybe the task. Maybe you have to do this, put it later in your day. Maybe you're always doing this at 9 hours, try something else at 9 hours. Because repetitiveness, I don't think it's something that you can say, but the fact that you're always repeating the same task over and over again at the same hours can make you into depression or a burnout, and that's really not great, right? And 10th and last step is to focus on gratitude and positivity. If you look at life with a positive attitude, positive things will come your way. And focusing on gratitude makes your brain remember each day what are you grateful for. And you can do this in your journal, for example. And by doing this, you develop this feeling of gratitude. And this is a really great feeling that prevents you from going back into a burnout. Recovering from a burnout is a personal journey that requires time, patience, and self-compassion. By following these steps, you can regain your energy, clarity, and joy, ultimately leading to a more balanced and fulfilling life. Remember that it's okay to seek help and take the necessary time to heal and recover. You are the important person. Don't think about what other people are going to think about you if you admit that right now you're going through a burnout. You can only accomplish the thing for yourself. So focus on your health and your feelings, your mental health. It's really important, and this will help you accomplish big things in life. On that, take care of yourself. Mwah.